Respectfully, this isn't really innovative or unique, and not only is it overhyped, it's overpriced. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hey. So folks, I think it's time I share a little bit more about myself, especially when it comes to my fragrance journey. That said, in today's video, I'm finally going to be participating in Simply Aisha's fragrance personality tag. And shout out to Simply Aisha for creating this super fun tag because no shade, I am so tired of seeing all of these fall vanilla videos, girl. So yes, I'm going to be answering the questions from Aisha's fragrance personality tag while I get ready and create this look. But before we get into today's video, you all make sure to subscribe and be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I upload another video. Duh. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, I would greatly appreciate if you gave me a thumbs up because it really helps to support my channel. And of course, if you are interested in any single thing that I mentioned here today, and even some of the things that I didn't, make sure you shop via the links and the discount codes down below in the description box to not only help save you some coin, but to help support my channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So folks, if you would like to get to know more about my fragrance personality and create this look, make sure you keep on watching. Alright, it is early as hell in the morning and I am trying to film a couple of videos before I head into work. And I thought that I would go ahead and film this Get Ready With Me while I do Simply Aisha's fragrance personality tag. You've probably seen this circulating all around the fragrance community, and I have been procrastinating on filming this just because it's so hard to come up with answers to these, but we're gonna do our best, okay? So I'm going to do my usual routine. I will have all of the products that I use on my face linked down below because I probably won't really go into detail about them. So in case you're interested, every single thing that I use on my face will be linked down below in the description box. Now let's go ahead and get started. So the first question asks, what is your Boss Babe scent? And I really had to think about this because this can depend on the type of day that I am having. So for my Boss Babe scent, I had to go with my fave. This is a go-to when I have an interview or if I have a big meeting at the office or if I'm presenting. My go-to scent is always a Bond No. 9's Greenwich Village. This has been the scent that I go to. I just find that it covers all the bases. You know what I'm saying? It makes a statement without doing too much. Greenwich Village is just one of those freshies that I feel like I can wear all year round and it's going to make a statement without being offensive. This is one of my most complimented fragrances. I just find that the performance and the sillage of Greenwich Village just makes me feel like I'm that bitch. And I love this for me. Now, the next question is, what is my go-to bedtime scent? Y'all want to know some tea? To be honest, I'm a little hesitant to share with you all just because of how this brand has more recently been playing in my face. But this is the fragrance personality tag, so no holds barred, okay? My go-to bedtime scent as of lately has been Clean Reserve Skin. And as you can see, I have the travel spray, which I mentioned to you all in my most recent fragrance haul. And as you can see, I have been loving this. So I was already planning on purchasing a full-size bottle of this anyway. But a little influencer tea, Clean Beauty, actually wound up in my inbox and was supposed to collaborate and send some PR. And child, I don't know, they done disappeared. So I don't know what that's about. Honestly, because of that, I was hesitant to even mention this fragrance to you all ever again or any fragrance by them. But it's the fragrance personality tag, and I wanted to tell you all what I was actually reaching for at bedtime. All of that to say that this has been my go-to bedtime scent as of lately, and pray for us creators because it's a struggle out here. Now, the next question is, what is my hug in a bottle? And unquestionably, especially with the weather getting all gross, cold, and disgusting, my hug in a bottle is going to be Note Vanille from Micallef, which I don't think I've really featured on the channel before, but I have on my Instagram. Shameless plug, make sure you go follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to be a bit more active on Instagram, but Note Vanille, first of all, I hate this bottle. Obviously, as you can probably tell by the title, is a vanilla fragrance, and I just find that it is soft but still is cozy and warm and sweet, and gives you that intimate scent bubble of just warm fuzziness. This perfectly fits the time of year and weather we're experiencing, especially right now here in Maryland. I just find that Notte Vanille is warm and sweet enough to where if the air has a little bit of crispness to it, but also soft enough to not be too heavy in case the weather starts getting in the 70s or 80s by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Just feel like Notte Vanille is just enough without being too much. And you know, we're getting into cuffing season, and this is one of those scents that's going to be absolutely perfect for a good cozy Netflix and chill night in. So the next question is, what is my weapon of mass seduction? Now, my weapon of mass seduction, those of you who watch me regularly may already know. I haven't seen anybody else mention this, but real ones know that my weapon of mass seduction is and always will be flower bomb nectar. Look at that. Look at that dent, okay? This, I have to smell it. Now, flower bomb nectar, Miss Quinn Ray here on YouTube actually inspired, aka forced me to blind buy for my birthday a year or so ago, and I have been rocking with flower bomb nectar ever since. Every single time I wear it, and I mean every single time, men are obsessed. Now, let me make a disclaimer. Personally, I don't wear my fragrances for men, you know what I'm saying? Hashtag decenter men, 5 ever. But I know this is all in fun and jest. It's the only flower bomb that I enjoy. It's sweet, it's sexy, and it's just one of those vanillas that I find to be exceptionally unique. There is a gunpowder note in flower bomb nectar, and so it gives that vanilla a little bit of, I guess you can call it coldness, and I really enjoy that. Now, like I said, decenter men, but every single time I wear flower bomb nectar, they be on you, girl. You know what I'm saying? You know, men love that. I honestly think it is because of the gunpowder note and because it's sweet. And generally speaking, men tend to really enjoy sweet fragrances, especially on, you know, people that they're attracted to. And so I just feel like whenever I wear flower bomb nectar, I'm gonna get my way. And I love that for me. Now, this next question was probably one of the easiest for me to answer in this fragrance tag. And that question is, what is a fragrance that I never wear but can't part with? And hands down, that is going to be Cosmopolitan or Xerjoff's Italica. And look at how regal and grandiose this bottle is. Now, this was gifted to me by the great people over at Twisted Lily. Discount code, samples, all that down below. So yes, I hardly reach for this. I think outside of maybe a time or two recently, since it's been cold again, I haven't really worn this since Christmas of last year. This was my Christmas Day scent, just because, you know, it's super gourmand, creamy, milky, lactonic, sweet. It's delicious, but I just find that this only really works for me, at least when it's brick cold, because it hasn't really been brick cold lately, and because this isn't really my main scent profile. I don't really find myself reaching for this much, but I really love this scent. It smells delicious. I have been trying to recently layer it more often so that way I can get some more wear out of it outside of when it's just cold, but this is definitely one that I don't really reach for much, but we're working on that and we're going to get us a dent this year, okay? Next question is another easy one for me, and that one was, what is one of my favorite fragrances that I don't wear enough? And a moment of silence, please. The fragrance that I don't wear enough is unquestionably Si Fiore from Armani. If you know, you know. This has been discontinued, and I just don't know why Armani would do this to me. Like, this out of the C's that I have sniffed is most definitely, hands down, unquestionably, undeniably, my favorite C ever. And I'm so sad that I had no idea that this was discontinuing, because I absolutely would have gotten a backup bottle. I have considered getting a backup bottle of this so many times, and I have it because you resellers are out of your mind. But also too, and as well, just like the last fragrance from the previous question, I have been reaching for this more often, because even though it's discontinued, it is a fragrance that I just love, not only because of how it smells, but just because of how it makes me feel. So I have been trying to reach more for this lately as well, because I want to enjoy my fragrances regardless of if they're discontinued or not. I don't need to hold on to this forever. And shout out to Denise for the inspiration. I'm going to wear my things. Next question is, what is a fragrance you will recommend for a beginner that wants to smell unique? And this one is still pretty relatively new to my collection. And in my opinion, that easily goes to AI the Great and Nappy Perfumes collaboration, Ambrosia Imperial. This is the one and only banana centered fragrance that I have in my collection, which obviously makes it unique. But on the other side of that very same token, I think that Ambrosia Imperial is also super mass appealing and somewhat easy to love, because it's sweet, and people tend to love sweet fragrances. It's a boozy, sweet, but still light and airy banana forward fragrance that I find is not only unique but also mass appealing at the same time. Quick story time. Typically when I go to the nail salon to get my nails done by my nail tech Katie, shout out to her, you know what I'm saying, holding us down, she never, and I mean never, ever comments on my fragrance. And I know I be going in there smelling good. More recently, I was wearing Ambrosia Imperial when I went in for my appointment, and she asked me what I was wearing. And I was so excited, because Katie never asked me. And I mean, she never asked me. And the fact that not only did she ask me what I was wearing, she asked me what I was wearing while she was wearing a mask. I just feel like that tells you everything you need to know about Ambrosia Imperial. Next question is, what is a fragrance that I love that everyone else seems to hate? And obviously everyone doesn't hate this, because this fragrance has had a pandemonium of sorts this year in the fragrance community, but this is a very polarizing and complex scent, so I just had to use it to answer this question. This is Amouage Guidance, also gifted to me by the great people over at Twisted Lily. And you all may remember my very visual and visceral reaction when I first unboxed this in one of my fragrance hauls, which I'll also leave linked up in the cards. This might be my scent of the day. This is one of those fragrances that's elegant and feminine while also being sexy and assertive, and very much my vibe, okay? Love this. And you know what I'm saying, I do know that it's complicated because of that incense and that akigala wood. It's just, in my opinion, a really beautiful scent, but it's also not gonna be for everybody, and I understand. Let me put this mascara on real quick, and I'll talk to y'all in a second, because I don't need to be poking myself in the eye and running this concealer. And I poke myself in the eye anyway. Crap. No. Shoot. No. My concealer. No. Girl. All of that just for me to still poke myself in the freaking eye. Next question is, what is an overhyped fragrance that I currently own? Now this fragrance, I actually bought a little gift set that included a travel spray and a little 5ml dabber, and I was really enjoying the fragrance, but I wound up decluttering and giving that to Denise, mainly because I actually got the chance to receive a full bottle in PR. So shout out to the team at Burberry for sending this over. As you can see, they sent me over the 50ml Burberry Goddess. I ain't going for it. I do like Burberry Goddess. Here is the full presentation. Now let's be clear, I like Burberry Goddess. It's a really pretty scent and it performs pretty well on my skin. But at the same time, let's not act like this is not your typical designer, mass appealing vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, respectfully. Just saying. So yes, at this time, that is definitely the most overhyped fragrance in my collection at the moment. Next question is, what fragrance is on the chopping block? You know, I try to declutter my fragrances, every couple of months, just so that way I am not taking up space with things that I don't wear. And in my most recent declutter, this fragrance had been on the chopping block for quite some time. So the fragrance that is on the chopping block for me, actually, I already got rid of it, was Ariana Grande's Cloud. Now I know that people love Ariana Grande Cloud, and they often compare it to Baccarat Rouge, which at one point in my fragrance journey, I got, specifically when I first got Cloud, I definitely picked up on the similarities between Cloud and Baccarat Rouge. But as the fragrance kind of sat over time, I started to pick up more of the coconut in the scent, and it just wasn't really, it wasn't a fragrance for me anymore. And not only was I picking up more of the coconut in the original Cloud, I was also starting to pick up that kind of pickle scent on my skin. And who wants to smell like a pickle? I don't want to smell like no pickle. That, in conjunction with a number of other fragrances, I actually gifted to my friend and she loved them, so that worked out. But I didn't film the process. So if you all are interested in knowing what fragrances I recently got up at my house, make sure you let me know down below in the comments and I can do that for you. But I just won't have the bottles because I already got them up out my face. Next question is, what is the last fragrance that you purchased? And if you follow me on Instagram, again, shameless plug because I'm trying to be more active, or if you've seen my more recent shorts, already know that one of my most recent purchases is from Jo Malone, and this is the scent Ginger Biscuit, which is also forced / inspired by the creator of this fun tag that I'm participating in, Simply Aisha. This is a scent, smells literally like a ginger cookie, and it smells really, really good. And it takes me back to eating ginger snaps with my grandparents as a child. Like, God rest their souls. This has been really fun for me to play with recently and to layer. But I will say I don't know if it's a scent that I love just yet. So stay tuned. This might be going back to the store. You know what I'm saying? I don't know yet. We'll see. But so far I have been enjoying it. I just don't know if it's one that I feel like I'm going to get a great bit of wear out of, just because it's not my typical scent profile. So yeah, stay tuned for an update on this. But so far, so good. Next question is, what is the fragrance at the top of your wish list? And as you all probably know and expect, my wish list is never ending, but I'll tell you all what I have at the top of my wish list. Now for this question, I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit because there are two fragrances that I just feel like I need. First one is Perfumes de Marly Valaya, or Valaya, however you pronounce it. I'll be honest in saying that I was definitely one of those people that slept on Valaya. I got samples of it when it first came out, but it was still cold when I got those samples. And so when I played with the Valaya sample, I was just like, this isn't anything special. But always keep your samples. I revisited my Valaya sample a few months later once it was warm out. I need a bottle. I need a bottle. But I want to get it on a discount. And I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I know Saks be doing their little family and friends sale, their little 10, 15, 25% off. And respectfully, that's not enough. Okay? That is not enough off of this $350 fragrance. So I'm trying to wait until Joma Shop gets it and just living through my samples. I have been living through samples. And fun fact, Valaya is one of those fragrances that I just always have samples on hand. I'm not buying no bottle full price. I refuse to do it. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a splurge, especially if I'm sad. I'm gonna buy myself something. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag treat yourself. But now that I know better when it comes to my fragrance journey, I'm going to do better. And I'm not willing, not that I'm not able, but I'm not willing to pay full price for Valaya or any other fragrance for that matter, if I be an artist. Because like I said, you know better, you do better. So I'm going to get my Valaya one way or another, but I ain't going to be no fool. The other fragrance at the top of my wish list is Byredo's Mojave Ghost. Again, follow me over on Instagram. I actually need to do better and post like highlights so that way you all can know what I've been wearing and easily access them and click my links and support this channel. But I actually was able to borrow Mojave Ghost from Quinn Ray here on YouTube when we went to go see Beyonce in Kansas City during the Renaissance World Tour. And let me just tell you, I need a bottle of it. Literally ever since we went to the Renaissance World Tour, I have been putting Mojave Ghost in my cart and taking it out. I have really been trying to exercise some self-control and not just purchasing something just because I want it for the most part. I ain't gonna lie, it's been hard. I've really been trying, for the most part anyways, to really spend time with fragrances before committing to full-size bottles, which is why a number of the fragrances that I've picked up recently have been travel sprays. Shout out to Quinn for letting me borrow Mojave Ghost. I am obsessed with the scent. It's another really fresh, pretty, clean, woody scent that I've been obsessing over ever since she let me borrow it, and have been trying so hard to wait to get me a substantial discount on it. But trust and believe, I'll be getting a full-size bottle of her, okay? Because I need it. And again, you all be sure to thumbs up the video and comment down below if you would like me to do a wish list video, because I could talk about this all day. Okay, so I just finished stretching my hair out a little bit. Let me go ahead and answer this last question, and that is, what is your one fragrance for life? First of all, Aisha, this was so freaking hard. Why would you ask me this question? And second of all, I have multiple for life fragrances, but right now, if I had to choose one, unquestionably, it would be Le Labo's Another 13. This is another one of my most complimented fragrances, and I'm not really sure I can put into words how this scent translates to me. Another 13 is just me in a bottle. I don't really know how else to describe it. This is definitely your skin but better scent. And I'll be honest in saying that this is a scent that a lot of times I go anosmic to, meaning I don't even really smell it on myself. Another 13 is one of those scents that has those synthetic notes that a lot of people can go anosmic to. And funny story, Miss Quinn Ray, I let her smell this before we went to the first Beyonce show in DC, and she couldn't smell this at all, which I thought was just so hilarious, because this again is one of my most complimented scents. So let me just tell you, if you pick this up and you feel like you're not really smelling it, don't worry, because other people are. So yes, like I said, this is hard to describe and definitely does some disappearing acts, but because of how this performs, how this makes me feel, and because of how other people react to this fragrance, this is absolutely going to be one that I can never live without. This by itself already garners a lot of compliments, but if you layer this with other fragrances, it also helps to amplify their performance as well. And 10 out of 10, but highly recommend. So folks, that about wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching and getting to know me a little bit more, and I hope that you enjoyed creating this look with me. Again, every single thing that I mentioned here today, and some of what I didn't mention, namely the makeup products that I used on my face, all of that will be linked down below in the description box. So don't forget, if you are interested, to shop via those links down below, because it really helps me out. Shout out again to Simply Aisha for creating this tag. This has been so fun to not only participate in, but to watch and get to know other creators out there. This is really helping me to find more of us, and I love that for me. So yes, I'm going to tag some of my favorite fragrance creators down below in the description box. Those that I haven't seen do the tag just yet. Even if you aren't tagged, I highly recommend participating in this, because it's just really helping to forge community within a community, and I love that. Now, if you don't create content, but you still want to participate in the tag, make sure you jump into the fun down below in the comments and let me know your thoughts. And on your way to watching another video of mine, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please, please, please be safe. And I'll catch you in the next one.